Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the My Reader Minutes. Thank you for stopping by. Today I want to talk about Shannon Sharpe. I wanted to come down here and give y'all my 2 cents of everything that has transpired within the last week. It's a lot going on, I guess to give y'all some background. But first, before I get started, please like and share the video. Like the video as you come in, please. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. I'm on my way to 500 subscribers, so support your girl. It's a free way to support the channel. With that being said, let me just move on. So with the whole thing with Shannon Sharpe, who you all know, or maybe not know, he is a retired NFL player. He played for the Broncos, he played for the Ravens, and I don't know what other team he played for, but those are only two that I remember that he played for. He's retired. He got into this podcast. I think he was a commentator for ESPN, and he has a YouTube channel, Club Shay Shay. Well, everybody, if you hadn't known him prior to that, most people jumped on his bandwagon when he did that infamous video with Cat Williams, who revealed all about the industry and who was, gay, who was not, who was gay for pay, who was not. He went through all of that. He had Monique on there, different, you know, celebrities who have come and shared their wisdom with Shannon, right? So it comes to pass that I guess with his uh infamous um Cat Williams video, which catapulted him into another hemisphere in the YouTube streets, different media outlets were looking for him or looking at him. Anyway, where he was, like, I think he was already on ESPN. I guess they gave him, or they had proposed $100 million deal. Well, just like they always say, the good Lord giveth, and the good Lord taketh away. So it came out, I don't that he had been dealing with this OnlyFans model, Gabriella Zuninga, or whatever her name is. And I don't know what happened. I think she was like trying to get some money from him. It seems that way. I don't know. It probably was a little shakedown, but he got caught. So anyway, he got, as they say. But like back in January, I want to say of this year, she had texted him and said that he had to pay $25,000 for each cheek. I guess she was trying to extort money from him then. That's what I'm taking. I don't know. As I did my research, that's what I'm finding. All this is alleged, please. Let me tell you first and foremost that everything on my channel is alleged in my opinion, and I encourage you to come to your own opinion about this. But this is what I feel like happened in my head. And when she approached him with I mean, it was a text message that was also, provided for us saying that, each cheek was, considered $25,000. And I don't know if she was saying that in a playful way, but that's what she was telling him, right? And, they were going back and forth with I guess, their regular banter. He likes race play, which is a little, oh, cringe for me. But yeah, he likes to be called, I guess, a big black buck and all that other kind of stuff. And yeah, anywho, and you wouldn't think, based on his background, that that's what he would be into. I mean, he is from Georgia in the South, from a small rural town. I mean, he talks about it. They probably only had one street light back when he was growing up. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, but he understands the dynamic between white and black. And you wouldn't think that you'd come so far being a multi-million-dollar man and that's what you want to do in your bedroom. Boy, bye. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. That's his kink and he's entitled to his kink. See where it got him? But anyway, so after all of that, um, I guess she wasn't probably getting the attention that she felt like she should be getting from him. And of course, I'm sure they had pillow talk because they're calling this girl his girlfriend because I guess they made it a consensual relationship, even though he met her on OnlyFans or met her through OnlyFans. I guess I don't know. I guess you can talk to them and they can meet you out or whatever. After she probably did her research and found out who he was, she was like, I'm gonna hit a lick, but she didn't know how to actually execute it yet. So once I guess they had their pillow talk, she probably knew about the $100 million deal. Or maybe, um, no, she might not have known anything actually. Now that I think about it, she initially wanted 50 million, no, $10 million from him, right? And then I guess when she found out, because I guess after she had retained a lawyer, the lawyer, which was Tony Busby, I'm sure he did his research and found out that he was up for $100 million deal. And hey, wait a minute, we can get more. We need to. We want to. So she scrapped that $10 million deal because I think she was about to take it until I guess it became privy that he was up for more money. And they went for it. Well, lo and behold, okay, once she filed the lawsuit, ESPN had asked him to step down until he was able to clear whatever this was up. Even though I think they had already put in their mind, based on the cringiness of the text messages and the conversation back and forth between him and this girl, it was really embarrassing and really raunchy and really nasty and really like disgusting. And I think they told me that ESPN is owned by Disney, so not that that has anything to do with it, but I think it has a lot to do with like image, maybe. Everybody's going to be looking at him. They're not even going to be looking at what he's saying. They're going to be thinking about, oh, all that stuff that he said to Gabriella on them text messages. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they had to do something. But anyway, during the time, I guess when they were doing their mediation, then I want to say that, ESPN asked him to step down and he did that. Well, I think last week it was settled. They didn't go to court. I'm assuming he wanted this over and done with, but both parties came to the agreement that it was a consensual relationship. Tumultuous, but a consensual relationship. Yet he still had to pay her, I think the amount that they quoted, and I don't know if it's true or not, $23 million for a tumultuous consensual relationship. Mind you, she took to her OnlyFans and said, okay, y'all, this been real. See you when I see you. She retired. She don't need that page anymore. They moved on to greener pastures. She's got 23 or some odd $1 million. She's a multimillionaire. And don't have really, if she lives how she living now, I'm sure she don't even have to work another day in her life. But thanks to Shannon Sharpe. Now, mind you, right after that, now I'm thinking he thought because both parties came to a mutual agreement that it wasn't considered graping. Okay, it wasn't considered the grape word. You know what I mean? And that the consensus was it was a tumultuous consensual relationship that he still had an end with ESPN. Well, we no longer need your services. Can you come get the rest of your things? No, I don't know what they said to him, but ESPN has cut ties with the Club Shay Shay star. And yeah, Gabrielle has retired and Shannon Sharpe is now unemployed. hmm Yeah, that's how that went. So, first and foremost, my first question to y'all, do y'all feel sorry for this dude? Do y'all feel sorry for him? I don't. Mm-mm. Because if y'all saw Gabriella in some of the footages that's out here on the net, shout out to the footages. She's a child. She is a child. Granted, age-wise, she's considered legal, okay, but she's a child. She talks like a child, she looks like a child. and obviously acts like a child. So I have to look at Shannon Sharpe with the side eye. Like, what? Why? You're 57, 58 years old, or what? Something around that time, that age range. Pushing 60. You knocking on 60's door. This girl's not even 25 yet, I don't think. Why do you even think that she would be remotely interested in you, for one? Two, I get it. If you had to pay for it, she was interested, right? But that's still someone's child. Like, what are you? Yeah, she recorded your phone calls, and the phone calls weren't even intelligent. Like, when you come across, and when he came across in his Club Shay Shay interviews, he tried to come act like he was so intellectual, asking the right questions, just trying to get other people's story. But yet, when you were on the phone talking to her, I feel like maybe he had to dumb it down, just saying dumb stuff. Oh, she says, one of the conversations, she's like, I don't feel like being choked, Shannon. And you could tell that she had to put his name in there, because who actually, when you're talking to somebody, unless you're calling their name to say hello, so and so, or you're fussing, are you going to say their name after every sentence? That's not a good look, Shannon. Because she wanted to make sure that the video caught who she was talking to. She had already decided that he was her target and she was going to get something. It's not a good look, Shannon. I don't feel like being choked. So I guess I'll go, Shannon. I mean, she had to and he didn't, of course, he didn't pick up on that. Or, maybe she talked like that all the time. And that was um how she talked to him. But I feel like that was a setup. You don't talk when I'm talking to people, and I call my I have a guy friend. His name is Peter. Hey, Peter. I might say, hey, Peter, initially. What's going on? How you doing today, Peter? Oh, I don't know about that, Peter. I'm not going to say his name after everything that I say. So, you know what I'm saying? So that right there led you to believe that, okay, she set this up. And it is what it is. She got what she got. You know what I mean? He got. Mind you, he evidently thought that he would just pay her to go away, because he had wanted to do that from the beginning, but then she got greedy, or her lawyers got greedy. Somebody got greedy and they wouldn't go away. So he had to pay to get her to go away. He had lost his sponsorships, I think, from Club Shay Shay. Nobody wants to do business with anybody that does that cringe stuff. I mean, regardless, that's your own private life and you can do what you want behind closed doors. That's legal. But nobody wants, I mean, we're already tainted with that image of you, Shay Shay. We're already tainted with that. Like, yeah, no. No. So now that he has come out, and I guess she won her case, or the case is over with, that really kind of opens up the floodgates for everybody else that wants to come in and get a piece. So check this out. In my research, according to Ball Alert, Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson caught up in a $20 million lawsuit after falsely saying a woman was married in a viral Usher video. Do we care about this? No, we don't. But I just want it to be seen, like, his legal troubles are not over. His legal troubles are not over, and it looks as though this lady, she came out, she said something about, let me see what it says first. Let me read it. So it says Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson are facing a $20 million lawsuit from Jamalta. Jamalata. I'm so messing up her name, and I'm so sorry. No disrespect. Jamalita. Jamalita Tillman. That's what we're gonna go with. Who claims the duo falsely portrayed her as a married woman during a viral moment at an Usher concert. Tillman says she was selected for a fan interaction during Usher's Las Vegas residency on April the 2nd. I participated in a fan engagement moment at an Usher Raymond concert where I interacted with the artist as a selected audience member. A clip of the interaction spread quickly online due to its suggestive nature. But according to Tillman, Sharpe and Johnson went on their show, Nightcap, and claimed she was married and that her husband was seeking a divorce because of her performance. Okay, well, following this event, the defendants made and disseminated false and defamatory statements suggesting that I was married and that my husband was filing for divorce, and I am not married, nor am I currently going through a divorce. She emphasized that the defendants' false narratives were widely spread across their platforms, despite my clear and public refutation. She said that the statements harmed her character and her role as a global director of the Harold Washington Cultural Center. Now, let's be clear. I don't think that whatever statements they had, just because they said she was married and she really wasn't, like, what harm did that do? Was it more like the video may have brought you, may have affected your role as a global director because it was very provocative? And she was acting like she was making love through her eyes to Usher, even though Usher was just looking at her, you know what I mean? But she was doing all the work. She was just, Let me see if I can find the video.
Great tonight. Well, can I make you feel better? It's her birthday. You retired? You flew from Chicago to be here tonight, and this is a celebratory moment for you because you retired. You deserve this moment. You deserve this moment. Come in, baby.
So after looking at that video, um, okay, so she had indicated that she was retired. I don't know if she retired from another position. I know she retired from being the director of the Harold Washington Culture Center. I don't know, but she's there because she retired. So I don't know how it affected her role. Okay. I don't know how much money she thinks she's going to get for them saying that she was married and she wasn't married. And she says it affected her personal and professional relationships. I think it's the video. The video has gotten you some notoriety and they're looking at you like you're a freak. That's what I'm thinking because that them saying that you were married, not married, going through divorce, you know, no, people are looking at you because of how you was making love through your eyes at Usher. That's my personal opinion. So there's that. So that has opened up the floodgates for that to come through. Thanks to Shannon Sharpe and his many, many choices, um, dumb choices, starting with Gabriella. I know he has to think about all this stuff that he's done. And who's to say that Gabriella was the only's fan? She was just the one that got him. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he just had went one time to OnlyFans and that's who he, took up with. He might have took up with other people. It just didn't go as far as Gabriella. Okay. But anyway, it is what it is, and he's out. Now, check this out. I tell you, it be your friends. It be your friends. Now, Chad Johnson could replace Shannon Sharpe on First Take after they fired Shannon from ESPN. Now, sources are saying that this is a rumor right now, but this would be the ultimate humiliation, embarrassing situation for Shannon. This your dude, this your man on Nightcap, and he didn't watch you wreck your life over a piece of immature behind. He didn't watch you fumble the bag, and he about to pick it up on the fumble. He about to pick it up on the fumble. Now that's some football analogy for your behind, okay? He about to pick it up on the fumble. If this is true, but rumors have it are swirling. Now, Chad has evidently been on ESPN before because I think he did some promotion for Madden in the past, the video game. But so he's not foreign to ESPN. He could clearly go in there and do what Shannon does. They both play football. They both were on this podcast, a pretty popular, successful podcast. But now that that's being attacked, I don't think that this lawsuit really will affect Ocho because Shannon has already been tainted. That'd be some messed up stuff. ESPN do that? It be your friends. And my thing is, I'm thinking that in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so Shannon had to come clean to Ocho about what was going on because that's why the sponsors were dropping. And so they had to, I'm sure, talk about certain things. And while he's talking to Shannon, probably trying to make him, rest assured that everything's going to work out, everything's going to be fine. Just go ahead and, you know, try to end whatever this is, put it behind you. He was in talks, allegedly, with ESPN to take his spot. That is messed up. But you can't blame nobody but Shannon. It be your friend Shannon. You be thinking they in your corner, but they really not. A lot of people didn't like the fact that you catapulted with that Cat Williams interview. I mean, a lot of eyes were looking at you because you broke records. He broke records with that interview. I think it's the most viewed video, maybe except for some cat videos or whatever, but he's up there with the cat videos. He's up there with Mr. Beast. He's up there, if not more. I mean, and who knows what that check looked like, that YouTube check looked like. So even though people might have looked like they were for you, and it could be your best dude, the one that you do the podcast with, that could be hoping for your downfall. Just saying, I don't know, wasn't there? But I do know where there's smoke, there's a little fire somewhere. Just saying, it be your friends. It be your friend. That'd be so messed up. So messed up. All I know is that I'm sure Shannon looks back on this and is really feeling some way. Now I know I heard something about his brother being inducted into the I guess the sports or NFL Hall of Fame or whatever, and this is overshadowing that. I mean, unless you listen to his um apology or him speaking on the fact that he's stepping away from ESPN, he mentioned that his brother was being inducted and he apologized over and over again for, you know, bringing this on the family because this is overshadowing his brother's moment. Now, I think maybe he had asked CNN, I mean, not CNN, Lord. I think he had asked ESPN to hold off on announcing that. But I think because of due to schedules, they had to probably say something because I want to say, is it NFL training, when the teams are drafting, not drafting, because they already did the draft. When the teams are in their training, their boot camps, when they bring on their rookies, I think that starts this week. So they had to come out this week and say, you know, Shannon Sharpe will not be a part of this in time for Monday. Because Sunday, I know for a fact that I'm going to a training day for our um hometown team. And I'm going to be there. I'll try to take some footage so y'all can see that I was there. But I don't know anybody on the team anymore. I don't follow it like I used to, but somebody has tickets and I'm going to go. But I mean, I know a couple people on the team, but like I said, I don't follow the team. Back in the day, I was ride or die, but those players have come and gone now. I mean, the players that I remember that took us to the Super Bowl are not there anymore. And then we went to the Super Bowl again. We've been to the Super Bowl a couple times. I'm not going to tell you who my team is because you don't know where I'm at. But anyway, we've been to the Super Bowl a couple times. But I will at least maybe I'll get to know who's on the team. I don't really know who's on the team anymore, so. But back then when I went that one time, it was exciting because they're all on the team. It was like the dream team. So, yeah. No. Anywho, what do y'all think? This has got to be the worst time in Shannon's life, but who can you blame? I know his family and his mother and his aunts and his children are like, you done fumbled the bag. Now we all gonna have to get jobs. Anyway, tell me what y'all think. Leave a comment down below and let's talk about this. If you're ready to talk about it. If you want to still talk about it. I was just coming here to give you my 2 cents. We don't have to talk about it. But I like the engagement. So leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Please like, again, share, subscribe, tell a friend. And with that being said, everyone be blessed. Peace.